Hi, guys. We are coming to you from 12 after 12 in DC, where we are later going to interview Anthony Atala. And right now we have Dan Gray, and we are on the Wild Style
Hey, Jess.
Network, fueled by Monster Energy. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How
Glad to be here.
you're party hardy today.
It's a fun night to be in the town,
It,
and this is a great place to be. So
and you were partying all day at Flash. I was partying all day
for a
here.
few hours, I was at Flash.
You were
Yeah,
going to support some friends.
yeah. Going to support some friends. Went
And
to see Abo, and but I wanted to come here, and it's going to be a great show tonight. And so,
and I was here for the Darty. It was thrown by Drinks in DC.
okay,
Bruce,
yeah,
we interviewed him,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
was super interesting. He's awesome. That was a
It
fun
looked like
interview.
a dope
No,
party.
he was a fun interview. He's wild. And he's thrown that for the last 3 years here at 12 after 12. And it was insane, guys. Like the amount of water, the amount of nice, clean debauchery that went on.
I
Nice,
could
clean
see the videos,
debauchery.
and I was like, it looks like
It,
it's a
it
lot of
was
fun.
it was
A lot of
it
fun.
was pretty crazy. It
Yeah.
was pretty crazy. We have some security. Somebody's in trouble back there. Somebody's in trouble. Anyway, we're going to interview in a bit Anthony and Tala, but I wanted to talk to you. You are going to be opening here for Dub Tiger next
I
week.
will. Yeah, next Saturday.
That's exciting.
It's
I'm
amazing.
super excited
I'm
for
super
you.
excited. It's gonna be a dope show.
And have you prepared?
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm ready to go.
And
It's
what
gonna
kind
be.
of beats are we going to hear from you, do you think?
It's. I mean, it's going to be a lot of energy. You have to sort of, keep the crowd captivated, interested to stick around. There's a lot of choices, around here, and you have to bring your A game and bring the energy to keep them here.
And
And
you're
so,
super dedicated only because we're friends and
yeah,
I talk to you offline. You're so dedicated to your craft. The fact that you prepared this set, like Jeff and I were listening to your goodie room
oh right,
set
yeah,
prior to coming here,
yeah,
and I was like, it was so good. So how this transpired was, I was listening, like you sent this to me or I saw it,
right.
and I'm listening. I'm like, holy shit. And I sent it to Jason. And I'm like, this is true. Facts, right, Jason? I sent it to Jason. I'm like, are you hearing what I'm hearing or am I wrong? Am I wrong? And he's like, no, dude, that's sick. So,
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
that's a huge compliment because
Yeah,
Jason, I feel like I know music, but Jason gets probably way more
yeah,
respect
yeah.
than me for knowing music. And he's like, a hearing same thing. So,
It's
how
hard to
did you
fake
get
it.
into it?
I've always, for a long time, I think I lived abroad in my early 20s, lived in Germany, and I got
Yeah.
really, I think, hooked on the house scene there.
Yeah.
And then I sort of had some distance from the scene for a little bit, and then I met Carrie, my partner, and she's, such a big
She's
house
awesome.
head and
Yeah,
such a
same.
raver.
She's a
And
lot like me.
so we were kind of kindred spirits in that sense. And
Yeah.
so I sort of rediscovered it through her,
Yeah.
and so the last like 3 years, it's just been kind of rediscovering that passion for music that I had, but I just didn't really touch it
Yeah.
in a long time. And then about a year and a half ago, I started to DJ, and I just was a bedroom DJ, and then you got hooked.
Bedroom
Yeah,
DJ.
and then
I
you
like
that's
it.
it, right? And then
I like it.
get hooked,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I really love this, and it just you just really spend a lot of your free time or all your free time sort of
Well,
doing it.
I think that comes with passion, right? Like
Oh, you can't
with
fake it.
me with podcasts, with me with music.
Yeah,
You and I talk a lot about this because we are friends offline,
sure.
and I think when you are passionate about something, you're tired all the time,
Yeah.
but it's not work.
No,
I like you and I like I'll be like I'm so fucking
I know,
tired.
right.
And I'm like, but I love that I am because I love doing this and I love
Yeah, yeah,
doing podcasts
exactly.
and I love like Jeff
Totally.
will call me like network this and like thinking outside the box. So when you're doing your passion, I think you're just like I'm all in.
I
Even
think
if
so,
I'm
and you
tired.
let the music speak for itself. And I think there's an interesting phenomenon now where you have a lot of sort of influencer folks who are wannabe DJs as sort of because it for the gram or for the clicks. But you can see right through it. You can see the music is just not there. And that's kind of a weird new phenomenon. But for me, I love the music and I play what I want to play, and I hope other people like it too.
Yeah.
And I think you can feel that genuineness.
I think you play what you want to play, but you also try to like I think as you navigate creativity, you do what you want to do, but then you're also looking at the feedback you're
Oh,
getting
sure,
or the
yeah,
vibe
totally,
or
yes.
like what Pierre was saying. You're
You have
like,
to read the
okay,
room.
I still want to be true to myself, but
Yeah,
I got to navigate a little bit this
absolutely.
way to
That's
do what they want to do.
100% right.
And I
Yes.
think that's part of creativity
Yeah.
anytime.
Of course. I mean, you are your personality. You want your personality to be reflected in, I think, the music you're playing. But your personality is going to be different depending on what the situation is, and so
Yeah.
you can read the room. And if you're good, I think
Yeah.
if you have high EQ, you can be a very good DJ.
I think if you have high EQ, you can be very good
And
at
you can do
anything.
everything. That's quite
Most
true.
people
Yeah.
don't
Most
develop,
people do not. No.
don't recognize. They do. They don't recognize.
That's
So recommendation,
that's
our
important.
psychology moment of the night. Recognize your emotional
That's right.
intelligence,
Yes.
right?
Very true.
It's very
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Um, so similar to you, I discovered this music when I was 11, and you reference your partner Carrie, which I love because her and I kind of get questioned on my age, like, how are you doing this, blah blah, and we're around the same age, and it's like
Yeah.
I love vibing with her
Yeah.
because I'm like we're outdoing 25-year-olds. I mean in energy. I don't
Right.
mean
Yeah.
we're like whatever. We don't care how. Like at some point you're just like I don't give a shit how I look and this and that. We take care
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
ourselves and
Exactly.
that's that.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
we're like it's all about energy, and I think that's
Totally.
what I love about this music culture is I think it brings unity. It's
Yeah.
ageless.
Oh, totally
It's
transcends age.
ageless,
Totally.
and you bond with people you wouldn't bond with, but you truly bond with them.
Yeah. No, you find that common denominator between you and the other person is the music, and it transcends all that stuff. And it's funny when people start asking about things like age or something, like it's sort of like, oh, I don't know. Like it never even
Yeah, it
occurred
never
to you. It
occurred
never
to
occurs
you.
because it's not like, oh, that's not even relevant. You know what I mean?
I also
No
think
doesn't
that's
matter.
a certain sort.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
I think that
It is
people
true. Yes.
outage themselves.
Yes.
They're like, oh, I'm so old. I think it's
They
very.
get in their head about it. They get in their head about it, and they get weird, like in their head, like should I be doing this or something, or
Well, I listen to people and they follow so many rules. Like, well, at this age, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, why? Who
Right.
said so?
Yeah.
Like, so it's very interesting to me, and I think this music culture allows people a space that's
Yeah.
very, very timeless, very ageless, and I love that
Sure.
about this music
Yeah.
culture.
It's a big tent. Like it's a
It,
very very big tent.
it's huge. I love it so
Yeah.
much. I love it
I
so
know
much.
you
I'm
do.
just
Yeah.
like, oh
I
my
know.
god,
I
I love
know.
it every
Right.
weekend. Every
Exactly.
time I'm like, I need a break from it. And
Right.
I'm like, no, I don't. No, I
Yeah.
don't. No, I
I
don't.
know.
And I'm excited about tonight. I think Anthony's going to be
Oh, it's gonna be an
amazing.
amazing show.
And he
Yeah.
dropped a song last night, which we're going to talk to him about. Like, thank God you told me that because I'll be the first to admit I
That's a
didn't
great
know.
track. Yeah.
And you told me, and then I listened to it. I
Yeah.
played Jeff,
Control.
and Jeff's like, this is the type of
It's a dope
music I
track.
like. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yes.
It's a heater.
It's
a
a
good
really
track.
dope
Yep,
track.
it is.
Control. It's called Control, and we'll talk about that with him. But yeah, that was cool, and thank you for telling me.
Yeah,
I
of
give you
course.
full props. Full
No,
props,
I
'cause
mean,
wouldn't have known.
like
I
that's
was
what
like,
I mean. That's what I do in my spare time. Is like, all right, what's the new music? What's
yeah,
the new
yeah,
music? Who's
yeah.
dropping what? And
Same. But like
Yeah.
I had
I just happen to be.
I
Doing
had
it.
zero
Right, I
spare
know, yeah,
time.
exactly.
For it.
Right.
Zero spare time for it, and I
Yes.
was like, thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah. No
much.
worries.
I would have
Of
looked
course.
like an
Yeah.
idiot.
No.
What is one thing about you, off topic, that you don't think people would expect about you? Off topic,
I
anything,
don't
not
know.
music.
I speak Russian. That's weird.
That's
right?
crazy.
That's weird, right?
That's
yeah,
neat.
yeah, why would I do
Full?
that? Yeah, I speak Russian fluently. Yeah.
You live there though.
Yeah, I live there. Yeah, I work there and live there. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
How was
different.
that?
I mean, it's wild. I mean, it's different. It's very. So if you've ever lived in a foreign country, a lot of times it's Europe.
I have.
Yeah, so you lived in Europe, right? And
Yeah.
so I lived in Germany in my 20s, and I
lived in
remember living in
England.
Germany. Yeah, okay. And I remember in Germany thinking, wow, this place is very weird and different compared to America. And then later, I lived in Russia, and I was like, wow, Germany's like
Like America.
California. You know what I mean? Like West Coast
Yeah.
California somewhere, like Marin
Yeah.
County,
Yeah.
relative to Russia. I mean,
Yeah.
it is very, very different. People are very, very different.
I
and
look
it's-
at it as cold. Like it
Yeah.
looks cold to me and very gray.
A lot of times, yeah. I mean,
Is that true?
Yeah, but like a lot of places in the U.S. are kind of cold. I mean, I lived in Dearborn, Michigan for 4 years. A lot of times, like Michigan
Well,
can be kind
Anthony
of
is
cold.
from Detroit.
I know he's 313 guy, so which is cool. Like,
I mean-
so good. That's awesome. Like, it's a dope music scene there. So
Detroit reminds me. So into Printworks last March
Yeah.
in London. I was
Yeah, yeah.
fortunate enough to go. It's a Printworks closing party
Yeah.
with Adam Bear, which was truly, literally. I've been to clubs all over the world.
yeah,
Festivals all over the world. I will say BPM being favorite festival. Printworks was unmatched experience.
yeah, that's
It
an amazing
was
experience. That's so cool. You get to
unbelievable.
go. Yeah.
But going back to what you said, that's kind of what we were talking about. Something. Sorry, I lost my train of
Like
thought.
an age that transcends age and that kind of stuff.
No,
like moving the crowd.
like just rustic,
Oh
probably
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Russian, like just crazy in bars and like
Yeah, yeah,
crazy like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's like, it's probably a very like industrial feel.
industrial.
Probably. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
Detroit. That's
yeah.
what I was thinking
Oh
of.
yeah, Detroit.
It
Yeah,
reminded me totally of
yeah, yeah,
Detroit because
for
I was
sure.
like, this is like Detroit and London,
Yeah.
like a little mini city.
Yeah.
Because people think Printworks is that one narrow line you see
They just think it's
that
with the
fits
TV.
6,000.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, yeah.
6,000
Bananas. The
people. We
scale of
look at
it's
Echo
huge.
Stage and we're like, oh my God, 3,000
Yeah.
people, 6,000
No,
people.
it's insane. Yeah.
And it was massive.
Right.
It's massive. And the sound was incredible. It was just dope.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's gone
I
forever.
know it's gone, but like, everything else, they'll turn a new leaf, and they're already sort of that. What's the new place that they just replaced it with? I can't remember the name.
No,
of it,
they
but-
didn't replace it.
But
They
it's isn't
sold
there's
it
like
out.
they sold it out, but isn't there like I can't remember what.
Well,
other
they're
people
opening another Printworks, and the permitting for
That's it,
London
yeah.
is super, super long.
Okay.
So they will eventually open. They're doing
Yeah.
one-off parties in the spot they're going to do it at, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Printworks is a bit of a ways
Yeah, it's a
off.
former IKEA, right? Where I think is where I heard it's like it's.
I don't
think-
know.
I can't remember.
I just know that they're shutting
Yeah.
down the current
Yeah,
place
yeah,
to
yeah,
condos,
yeah.
and it's very
Right, I
sad
remember
because
that.
Batman
Yeah.
was filmed there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well.
what's the best club you've ever been to in the country?
In the U.S., in the U.S., I think I have to say Echo. I love Echo.
Really?
I love
Yeah.
Echo Stage. I do. Like it's
Echo's
there's
amazing.
like
In
the
terms of
best
a big room club.
for
Yeah.
like that experience is like I mean, it's just there's something like unique about it. But I mean, I think like we are so gifted here in DC with amazing establishments, and like
I think we're very lucky, luckier than people realize, because if you went back to '97 when I first started partying here, it wasn't like the way it is now.
Yeah.
You didn't have like people like Jason MacArthur, if you don't know, is the savant of all music. Hi Jason, he's over here. And I mean this sincerely. Like people like Jason and people who are his counterparts within DC,
Yeah.
and what they've done for the music scene in
Well,
DC. They don't. I don't realize people don't realize how lucky they are, because we're so.
This
lucky.
is an amazing place right here.
It wasn't like this.
No, like this is an amazing place, and people like Jason who've created such a culture here of house music, and there's a lot of strong independent names here.
Yeah.
Who like we're lucky to have it. I mean, so I was getting this like
we didn't have Jason, Jeff. Would you say? I know you're off camera, but we didn't have this music in DC going back to 1997, 98. People weren't coming here.
And so like and so like
fair enough. It was at Centerville. No, it wasn't.
but like
no,
I'll
it
get
wasn't.
but I'll get in arguments with people.
But it was the Shark Club, but you didn't have the names.
But I will get into arguments with people from Florida, from Miami, in the West Coast, and I'll say,
DC is, with you guys.
That's what I say. So they're like, they want to say, space is. I'm like, I like space. Space is good, but like,
I love space.
but
it's closed now for summer.
Exactly. But like, but it's for me, like places like this, we have such a strong independent, house community here with a lot of venues, and like really good venues. This is a really good venue, and
100%.
and so like,
I mean, this place will go pop off tonight.
oh, it's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be insane,
But,
and
like,
it always is.
yeah.
It's the only place I black out
But
at.
like we have a the premier place in the world, and we have amazing independent clubs. Like I love the DC club scene.
Yeah, I give Jason, Antonis, Pete, Glow, New Androids,
Yeah.
such props for the way they've cultivated music in DC
Yeah.
over the last 20
Yeah.
years, because we did not have this. You had to travel to get this sort of music,
Yeah.
these sort of DJs.
Yeah.
It wasn't here, and I feel like Fur was the first time that you here during Fur, Carrie? I think Fur was the first time you really saw those really big names start to come into DC. and then obviously
Oh,
Fur
right,
closed,
yeah.
and then it Echo.
Dream,
I
yeah.
feel like Dream did, but not the caliber of Fur. I don't feel like it got the caliber of Fur. Fur took it definitely to the level it's at today, and the way the culture shifted. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and we thank those people. But anyway, next weekend, and we're gonna go to break really quick. Next weekend, you will be here. What time's your set time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. We're gonna go to a Flash real quick. I am, and then I'm gonna come over here, see your
Bring the
set.
people here.
We're gonna
Bring the
talk
people
to
from Flash to come over here. That's right.
Of course, duh. Frankie and Julio will be there. You know
Good.
they'll have half of Flash here by the end of the night.
I hope so. Yes, they are very good at that.
And hopefully we'll have Anthony when we come back, and we're going to take a quick break. Thank you guys. Tune back in, and we're going to talk to Anthony and Tella on the Wylde Style Network from 12 after 12. Fueled by Monster Energy. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Jess. All the best.